So how you doing? Welcome to day 25. We're going to start the day with a quick game. So start thinking chords, start thinking about all your chords. And this game's called Total Recall. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flash up the name of a chord on the screen, and you've got 5 seconds to try and get your fingers in position nicely and strum the chord once before the next one comes along. You ready? First one after 3. 1, 2, 3. How do you get on? Hopefully that's got your brain working and you're now ready to play some guitar. What we're going to do today is we're going to look at Hound Dog by Elvis, because that's a 12-bar blues song. So if you do not know the song Hound Dog by Elvis Presley, hit pause, go and look it up on YouTube, have a good listen, and then come back. If you do know the song, we're going to go over it in a minute. We're going to learn the melody, we're going to learn the tune of what he kind of sings, just to give you some melody ideas, and we're going to fit it over our 12-bar blues backing track. But before we do that, let's practice our 12-bar blues. I'm going to go through the chords. We're just doing chords, I'm not doing solos just now, and we're going to go through it 3 times. No, we're not. We're going to go through it twice. First time, I just want everyone to just mark the first beat of each bar, so just strum the chord nicely, really focusing on our timing, being precise and getting our chords clean and on the beat. Now the second time, if you want to do your strumming pattern that we talked about yesterday, that's when you'll do that, okay? But don't go straight to the strumming pattern. Focus on timing the first time round. Are you ready? Let's do it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 4, 2, 2, tap your foot on the beats. Strumming that now if you want to. How do you get on? Now we're going to go through the chords one more time, and I'm going to show you another strumming pattern which you can do. So you're now going to have another option for playing the same chords. Left hand is exactly the same, but we're going to use another pattern in our right hand, and the pattern is very simple. I'll just demonstrate on the E chord. You're just going to go. That will be 1 bar, and that's 4 beats. 1, 2, 3. So just to break that down, all I'm doing is I'm playing the first beat, I'm playing the open E string, just the open E string, the root note of the chord, and then beat 2, I'm letting the whole thing strum. And I'll repeat that for beats 3 and 4. So beat 3, single note, beat 4, whole chord. And we get this nice boom, cha, boom, cha, boom, cha, boom. Okay, now here's what to watch out for. When you go to your A chord, think to yourself, what is the root note of the A chord? What string do I have to pluck? The 5th string, that's right, the open A string. what's the root note of the B7? It's that note. It is the same string. It's the A string, but now you've got your finger on the B. Okay, because it's going to sound weird if you do a B7 chord, but you hit the open E string. Doesn't sound quite right. We want to emphasize the roots. Alright, so we're going to go through the whole chord pattern now again one more time, doing that pattern. And if you're not ready for that, just focus on strumming single beats at the beginning of each bar. Okay? Here we go. Focus on the root notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. If you want to go over that a couple more times, just rewind and do it as many times as you want. Otherwise, we're now going to move on and look at the melody for Hound Dog. So when I say melody, I'm talking about the tune. I'm talking about the main part of the song that you would hum. You know, that's the melody of a song, the bit that gets stuck in your head, and you hum it to yourself and it drives you crazy. So what I've done is, here's the music, and I've written out the words over the letters, the numbers. So I haven't written out all of them. There's some little parts of words and words I've missed out. So this is really a sketch of the song. It's not the whole detailed HD picture of the melody. It's just the broad outline of the melody that he sings. And if you look at it, it mainly uses the notes from our blues scale, but there are points where he's using other notes which aren't in our blues scale. So now's a good time to hit pause and just read through it, and just looking out for what frets you're going to have to play. Okay, you had a good read, and now I'm going to play it, and you're not going to play, you're going to read along and listen and watch the music as you hear the notes, because that's the first thing you should always do. You should always listen first when you're learning a new song, and then try and play. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big long gaps in this song. Listen to how long it is before I play another note. 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you have it. Now, what I was trying to point out that second time through is this: you play and then you leave a long gap, and then there's another phrase, and then there's a big gap, and then there's the next phrase, and then there's a big gap. You know, there's just so much space in this melody that it would be really easy, and you might confuse yourself because you think, oh, there's the next note, I'll play it now, and you haven't left enough gaps, and then you're going to end up finishing the melody before the chord pattern is finished, and you're going to be late. This doesn't sound like Hound Dog, so I just want you to be really aware of space and timing. It's all about timing. If you're ready to have a go at playing it, I'm going to play the backing track now, but if you want to just, I think maybe just familiarise yourself with the melody, play, pause, go through it by yourself once or twice, and then try it with the backing track. It's probably a better idea. But if you're ready to go, here's the backing track now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how do you get on? Right, we're going to keep on working on this melody, and then to finish off we're going to do some improvising again like we did yesterday. But let's go through the melody, and what we're going to do is we're going to count the beats in between these little phrases. And it's kind of indicated the way I've written it out. You can see that I've sort of squashed some notes into the second half of the bar, and that will kind of show you that the first half of the bar probably nothing was playing. But we're going to go through it, and we're just going to sort of count how many beats are in between each little phrase. If you want, you can just listen to me do it, and then maybe rewind and try it by yourself. 1, 2, 3, and 3, 4. 1, 2. Crying all the time. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Nothing but a hound dog. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Time. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. You ain't never caught a back to the beginning. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to have a go at now playing it, and maybe even singing it like I did. That's by far the best way to learn a melody, if you want to get there quickly, is learn how to sing it first, even if you're singing way off key. If you learn how to sing it and you get the timing and the phrasing right, playing it will be easy. But a lot of people don't feel confident about singing, and I'm not asking you to sing because I want you to like go on X Factor. It's because it's just a method that works for your head, and it just gets the tuners in quicker. So anyway, here's a backing track. You're going to have a go at either playing or singing along, and then after that we'll do some improvising. 1, 2, 3, and... So what we're going to do next, like I said, we're going to go back to improvising. So if you want to just have a little warm up and go over your blues scale a couple of times, you can do that now. If you're ready to play, this is how it's going to work. We're going to go through the song 4 times. First time, we're playing melody. I want you to try and play the melody, even if you're not like 100% on it yet. You're going to play through the melody once. Second time round, you're doing a solo. You're playing whatever you want. Third time round, we come back to the melody, and then the fourth time back to solo. Okay? Hope that made sense. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Solo. Finish, and back to melody. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, how do you get on? Hopefully you're having fun with this now, and you're seeing that music's really just about having a laugh and just to doing what you can do. And when you're doing your solos, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but in the melody there, what Elvis is doing, he's actually adding in extra notes which weren't in the blues scale that I gave you. But if you want to use those notes in your solo, then you should, because if it's good enough for Elvis, it's definitely good enough for us. So you can add those extra ones in if you want to. If you want to keep on going and go back over and just keep on having fun, if you're enjoying it and you've got time, then off you go. If you're exhausted and you need to get on to something else, then I'll see you tomorrow.